Good morning, students. Welcome to the lecture series of Open Systems for Web Technologies. So in the previous sessions, you have to learn the basic concepts of data, databases and DBMS concepts. Now, in this session, you have to learn the basic concepts of MySQL. So these are the contents you have to learn in this video. So first of all, what is MySQL and history of MySQL, the features of MySQL and different types of data types and MySQL workbench. So the first one, what is MySQL? So MySQL is a relational database management system. So relational database management system means the data should be kept in a tables format, which means the data should be stored in rows and columns. So in this relational database management system, we have to perform different relations between different tables. So the open source database management system like MySQL is a open source software which is available freely in the internet, and it provides multi-user access. So multi-user access means number of users can access the database at a time, and the third one, support multi-storage engines. So the database should be available in different engines. And the last one, it works on many platforms. So the MySQL, it maybe works on different operating systems like Apple, it means Mac operating system, Linux operating system and Windows operating systems. So finally, the MySQL database is a relational database management system, and which is also a open source software, and it should be multi-user access, and it is available, it works on many platforms. Okay. And the next one, what is the history of MySQL? So the MySQL was developed in a Swedish software company at MySQL AB. So the MySQL was developed the languages C and C++. So the MySQL is the combination of name Monty Wigner's daughter's name My and the structured query language SQL. So My and SQL, MySQL. And the next one, MySQL is initially released in the year 1995, and MySQL was now managed by the Oracle Corporation. The Oracle Corporation is acquired in 2010. So these are the authors to develop the MySQL database. Michael Wigner is the main author to developing the MySQL database, and David Oxmark is one more author for developing the MySQL database. And the next, what are the features of MySQL? The first feature is high performance. So it is load high utilities and table partitioning methods. And the next one, secure data protection. So the only authorized persons can access the database. And the next one, low total cost ownership. So it reduces the licensing and hardware expenditures. And the next one, high availability. So this MySQL database can work on different high-end machines, master-slave relationship, master-slave configuration machines. And the next one, open source and 24/7 support. So this MySQL database is open source and it supports 24/7. And next one, comprehensive application development. So for this, MySQL database can be embedded with different applications. We can develop our different types of applications. So this MySQL database will support procedures, triggers, views, and different types of functions. So these are the features of MySQL: high performance, secure data protection, and low total cost ownership, and high availability, and open source, 24/7 support, and different types of application developments. And the next one, MySQL data types. So whenever we want to store data in a particular databases, first we have to define our data. So by using these data types, we have to define our data in a databases. So the first data type is numeric data type. So in this numeric data type, there are different sizes of numeric data types numeric data types are available. For example, int, small int, float, double, precision, decimal. So these are the numeric data types. And the next one, character string data type. So this character string data type is fixed or varying sizes of characters. And this character string has character, varchar, and club. So character, large objects. So these are the different character string data types. And the next one, bit string data type. So in this bit string data type is a fixed or variable length bits of data type. The first one, bit and bit varying and blob, binary large objects. So these are the different data types in the bit string data type. Coming to the next one, Boolean data type. So in this Boolean data type, they have two types of data types are there. The Boolean means true or false. So there are two values, Boolean data type, true and false. And the next data type, date and time. So in the date and time data type, the first date and time. So the date data type having the format of year, month, day. So the date data type can follow this procedure. And the next, time data type. So the time data type have to follow some hours, minutes, and seconds. So these are the different types of date and time data types. And the last data type is time and intervals. So these are the different types of data types we have to use in defining the database in our databases. So numeric, character string, and bit string, and Boolean, date and time intervals, time step and intervals. The next one, how to install MySQL in our Windows operating system. Now go to official website of MySQL. So in this website, there are different tabs are available. So directly we have go to download web page. So this is the web page available in MySQL main web page. So now I want to install MySQL database in Windows operating system. So now I am selecting first operating system. So in this selection box, we have to choose our operating system. So in this selection box, it will display different types of operating systems like Linux, Windows, Mac. So different options are available. Now I am choosing Microsoft Windows. So my aim is to install MySQL database in our Windows operating system. So that's why I am selecting Windows, Microsoft Windows. So whenever I am selecting this option, it will show us two options. First one is Windows 32-bit MSI installer, and the second one is also similar to first one, but both are different. So the first one size is 24.5 MB and the second one size is 427.6 MB, but both are different. Whenever you are choosing the first option, it will work only on web-based applications. So whenever there is an internet availability, it will works. But I am choosing the second option. It will works offline also. Okay. So now I am selecting the second option. It will MySQL installer community 8.2.1 MSI. So whenever you are clicking this download button, it will show this dialog box. So here there are two options, login and sign up. So login and sign up. So don't press any button, login or sign up. Simply we have to click on no thanks, just start my download. So whenever you are clicking this button, our software will be downloaded. So after successful installation of MySQL, we have to perform different types of queries in either MySQL Workbench or MySQL command line. So these are the two options for executing our queries. So what is MySQL Workbench? So the MySQL Workbench is a visual database designing and modeling access for the SQL relational databases. So this MySQL Workbench, the home page having three main modules. These are the first one, SQL development, and the second one, designing data modelings, and the third one, administrative servers. So the first, SQL development. So it consists of SQL editors to edit or retrieving our data. And the next one, designing or modeling our data. So it helps to designing our data models. And the last one, administration of servers. So it is used to migration of our database from one connection to another connection. I will show the screen. So this is the home page of MySQL Workbench. So in the home page, left side corner, three modules are available. The first module, SQL development, and the second module, data modeling, and the third module, server administration. So these three modules are very, very important for our data retrieving or managing. So we have to perform any queries in this SQL Workbench. First, we have to establish a new connection. For that purpose, I am clicking on the plus symbol. Whenever I am clicking on this plus sign, it will show a dialog box. Here, it will show a dialog box. First, we have to enter a connection name and connection method. And so here, I am entering a connection name like VFSTR and the connection method as standard TCP/IP. So leave it the default values. And the host name is 127.0.0.1. So and whenever the remaining things, all are should be kept in default values. Then we have to click on OK button. Then the new connection will be established. The name under VFSTR. So this is the new connection of MySQL. So whenever I am clicking on this new connection, it will show the SQL editor. It will display SQL editor. In this SQL editor, we have to writing our queries, retrieving our data, and managing our data in a databases. So in this SQL editor, we have to display four main panes. In the left side, there is one pane is available, that is navigator pane. This is the navigator pane. And the second one, output pane. So this output pane is used to display the results or outputs of the queries. And the third one is SQL additions pane. And the last one, fourth one is query pane. So we are writing the queries and procedures, views, everything should be editing in the query pane. So these are the mainly four panes available in the SQL Workbench. Here, one more option, sir. There is different options available in the right side corner. So whenever I am clicking the first option, the navigator pane will be hide. And the second option, I am clicking, the output pane will be hide. And the third option, whenever we are clicking the third option, the SQL additions pane will be disabled. So in the right side corner, there are three options available for our convenience. So these are the working environment for the MySQL Workbench. So in this session, we have to learn the basic concepts of MySQL and what is the history of MySQL and features of MySQL and the installation of MySQL. So if you have any queries, please mail me cgs_csc@vignan.ac.in.